ProLine's agents today, July 18th, 2025, they're just for scheduling. We will be in the future looking at different objective types, but currently what they have access to is the ability to book appointments, the ability to take after hours calls, the ability to also outbound dial for an event type. So that could be inspection, that could be something else for your team. Most people are using them for inspections. We do not recommend you use them for sales follow-up because they're not necessarily trained on sales materials for quote conversations and that kind of thing today, but in the future we will have different objective types and you'll be able to do more. So ProLine's agents have nothing to do with Zapier. They're inside of your ProLine account. To have access to ProLine AI agents, you have to be on the Platinum tier, as we call it today. Maybe call it something different in the future, but you've got to be there, and then you need to add a paid seat, and then you can add the agent from there. Absolutely, ProLine's agents can follow up from a form fill. They also can follow up from any other campaign additions on the speed lead side as it stands right now, with this being a scheduling only objective. These agents can outbound call, and you can customize how it's reaching out to provide further context to where you got their information. So today our agents are just AI voice, inbound, outbound, used for a variety of things, but we do not have an agent around email cleanup or something like that. However, we may in the future. Today, ProLine's agents cannot follow up on estimates, but our automations can. And we do have rep level sequential automations that can be used by any paid user on your team, on business or higher. Our AI calling, inbound, outbound, AI voice, where our agents are currently at right now, they're not used for quote follow-up or sales follow-up. However, we do have rep level sequential automations, and out of box, you already have those 55 campaigns that are written. So you're not going to not have that in ProLine. We just don't have AI agents expanded to that point yet. I wouldn't look at using agents as a way to replace people so much as I would look at it as a way to enable your team to do better and higher quality at scale. So can you compete with a team that has, the labor burden of 100 employees? I don't know about that, but can you dial in a process where you use a blended approach of text and email automations plus manual touches plus the AI agents on the voice side to do outbound when someone does opt into something? I mean, absolutely. Are you better positioned to compete with them? Absolutely. Will it replace all of the labor burden that they have in a company that size? Well, I would say that that's probably the incorrect way to look at AI in its current format, in the agents being voice inbound, outbound. ProLine's AI agents can be used for any service that you have inside your ProLine account. So this is not relegated to roof repairs, roof replacements, and gutters. If you're a company that does a ton of different other services, maybe you have maintenance, maybe you have service, maybe you have you do commercial, maybe you do you do siding, and you do concrete, and you do decks, or you do HVAC or remodeling. You can use it for anything that you have inside of your ProLine account as a service. Services are just controlled at the company level setting. So you as a user, if you're not an admin or owner, you're not going to be able to do that. So the future of agents for us is pretty expansive, and I'm not going to drop the majority of that here. For all of you that are creeping in the corner, trying to have an idea of where we're going with them. But currently today, it's inbound, outbound voice. So it's AI voice. It can receive calls, it can make calls, it can access the task management system, and also can disqualify leads. So we can book appointments, create tasks, and then we can disqualify. There will be much more there. We're also looking at a couple other different mediums of communication, but as it stands right now, it's just AI voice, inbound, outbound. Similar to our automated campaigns that are sequential in nature, anytime you add an influx of leads to a campaign, you do have delay steps and you have times that it sends, right? Restricted business hours, use our machine learning with optimal time, have queue steps. The AI outbound voice works just like our text and emails. So you can build it into campaigns to be one of the campaign action steps across the campaign. Now, our recommendation, similar to with email and text, is going to be that you don't spam people. Do not use this in a manner that would get you in trouble federally, or in a manner that would violate you getting consent from these individuals to reach out to them. But could you load in leads to a drip campaign and have the AI voice be one of those steps? Absolutely. Absolutely. ProLine's AI agents work within the parameters provided by your service descriptions and also your event type that's selected and the assignees available. It's going to have a conversation. And something to keep in mind that people often miss with AI is that people believe it's deterministic. You know, Avery says A, so then James says B. That's not how AI works. An LLM has a data set that it's trained on, and I would encourage you to think about it like the messy middle. There's probably 15 ways you could respond to a specific objection in a sales context. It doesn't mean that just because someone uses a slightly different word that it's wrong and you're right, or you're right and they're wrong. The same thing here. The agents have information that is given to them by you and controlled at the company settings for you to have a messy middle or bumpers or guardrails of what you want it to know and not know to play within. So it disqualifies and qualifies based on that. Also, it's going to listen, probably better than some of your team members, because not everyone's a great listener. And maybe someone calling doesn't want to book an appointment and instead they want to leave a message. Well, it's going to let you do that and then tag the appropriate person in there. I mean, my question back to you would be, do you sound like a real rep or do you sound like a bot? Because we've got 26 voices that are preloaded in there. But if you absolutely hate them, James, they're horrible. Well, then great. You can just clone your own. That's also another feature we have. You can clone your voice in about 3 minutes.